What's up, everybody? It's your favorite robotic scientist's favorite nerd, and today we're looking at Toyworld's, I think his name is Brainwave. It's their version of Brainstorm. And I can't keep track of the third-party names, forgive me. This is his alt mode. I try to, when I do the videos, I try to do the transformation as they come in box. So in box, this guy came as his alt mode. I rarely keep my stuff in alt mode, but we can talk about it a bit. Landing gear, which is a plus. I, for some reason, appreciate landing gear. I never keep my stuff like this, but you know, it gives you that option. And if you're spending $100 for something, it's nice to have the option. Let's see what else we could talk about. It has these little side-in units, and they can plug in here. They can also plug in there. They got 5mm pixel over there. And then, for some odd reason, we have these things that plug in there into the side. If you went to have like knives, I guess it wouldn't make sense in this mode, but they're there. The option is there. There is some cool stuff you can do. You can pop these up and use them as, like, you know, drag fins, I guess. And same with this here. Outside of that, you know, this is it. Now, the first thing you notice about this thing is that the color is a little bit off from the G1 version that you know. Secondly, it seems to resemble this a bit more than it probably should. Now, it's not hateful. I like an X-Wing, so, you know, it's not terrible. It's just I didn't buy an X-Wing. You know, I bought Brainstorm, or Brainwave, or Smartwave, or Robinstorm, or some such iteration. Plastic is good. Weight's good. There are some problems. First off, the landing gear is attached to these bits here. So if you have them sitting here and you go to adjust this, the wings at all, you know, it throws them off kilter. Also, these are supposed to pin together, but I can't get them. I'll be honest with you. These don't fit right on mine, and this doesn't seem to want to stay totally into place. There it is. Oh, pop back out. So that's a little obnoxious. $100. Yeah, I'm not sure. I bought it for $100. I saw that ages 3 and up had them. It was like a doorbuster or something on Black Friday for like $40 or $30, something like that. Crazy. That would have been nice. Because it's not hateful. It's just not $100. I'm not the guy to like complain about price. Like, some people complain about Christ. Well, some people complain about Christ as well. It's Sunday also. I wonder if I should look deeper into that. Anyway, some people complain about price because they're broke. That's not me. I complain about price when the price doesn't seem to quite match the product. And this is kind of one of those situations. So another problem that'll bring us to our next step is the canopy. And it opens fairly well. Good enough, but you can't really get the Headmaster out in this mode or put him in. You kind of have to start the transformation and then get him out. So that's kind of weak. So let's get him back together so we can do the full transformation. That's it. Sort of close enough anyway. Here's the Headmaster. I'll talk a little bit about that later, but articulation wise, nothing on the head. Arms are on a kind of a clever ball joint. Nothing for the elbow, nothing for the wrist. Hips are on a ball joint, knees are on a ball joint. The ball joint swivels. No, you just move around the ball joint. Okay, that makes more sense. I think ball joints are kind of a cheap way out. You know, they work, you know, but they're fragile a lot of times, especially when you're dealing with them this small. So I would have preferred probably something else, but whatever. And nothing to cover up the face. So to transform him into the face, you just arms down, and then the legs, you turn around, and it should sit a certain kind of way. And that's that, you know. There you get the head, and we'll get back to that. transform this guy. It's been a while, so forgive me, but you know, we always start with unplugging the weapons. These are his arms, so we can bring them down, and you open up. There's the thing again. Anyway, you flap these back. These are our things we can never get to sit right. You open these up. Mine is really stiff on this side. It makes me very nervous that I'm going to break it, but you can kind of give it a little bit of support there. And then somehow you got twisted up in there. Uh-oh. See, it's got to come out a certain way because of the thumb, and somehow mine has gone. There it is. So there you go. Close her back up. Same on the other side. Close her back up. That's the gist of the arms. The legs, kind of a clever transformation. The knees like split in half to give you the thrusters for the alt mode. The wings peg in to the legs, which kind of stabilizes the jet form. Bring them down. Snap them into place there. They're good to go. Bring the feet up and back and up and back. And that gives you pretty much everything you need. For this bit, there's a series of hinges. So you hinge. Let's get the arms out of the way. They slide. This is the shoulder, so that slides down here, spins, slides down, spins. And let's just do this while we're here. So on the back, series of hinges, hinge up, hinge, swivel back. And then you got these. I'll put the landing gear away. That'll help. So hinge up, swivel back, and there's the kind of the wings. And that's, you know, that's really him in a nutshell. See, and I wonder, you see these tab in here, there it is. Mine was pulled out a bit, and I wonder if that isn't why I wasn't having problems in the alt mode. But whatever. So you get to this stage. Let me adjust the camera. And then you plug his head in, because he is a Headmaster. Swivel the wrists. And there you got them, and you can kind of clean them up as you want them. You got these, and you can either, he can hold them here, you know, or he can put them underneath his arm. 5mm pegs there, which is what I tend to do. And actually, real quick, before we get into all that, I'll tell you something that I think is really cool. If he'll stand. See, he's got this, got a fair amount of stuff on his back. Look at that. He's eating me up. Okay, so, Headmaster, real quick. What I dig is, like, you know, they kind of mimic each other. That's kind of cool. I think, I mean, little thing. It's not completely accurate, but kind of a nice touch. So, plug his head back in. Let's go over articulation real quick before we start picking this thing apart. Head's on a swivel. You got to put a fair amount of force into it. Shoulders on a, this is one of my complaints here. Okay, so the shoulder's on a swivel. On the shoulder, the bicep joint kind of, you can move, you can hinge up and down, has a bicep swivel, and a hinge at the elbow, which gives you 90 degrees. Wrist is on a swivel. Hips are on a universal joint, ratcheted, and these like pelvis plates kind of, they articulate as well, which can, you know, you can put them in a variety of poses. Knees give you almost 90 degrees. And feet, I think that these are really quite clever. This part of it doesn't have an ankle rocker per se, so they hinge this part of the ankle so that you can move it out and give you the bits that you want, and then the ankle has a tilt up and down. So the back is kind of a mess. All right. If you want the wings out to the side, like that, if you go to move the arm, you're going to bump into the wings. So you can kind of swivel the wings or hinge the wings in, but that doesn't give you as cool of a look. So that's kind of a complaint of mine. And it's kind of hard to get the symmetrical look that you want without, without messing them up. But so yeah, there he is. And paint wise, I mean, he's got some stuff going on. The red here and the turquoise here. I mean, it's off. The turquoise color is off, but it's still nice. And all this silver is painted on. There's some really nice paint here with the red and the silver, which opens up for no real reason, but it's a nice little touch. We got red, 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 just little accents all over the place. It's a nice, it's a nice little added feature. I like it when they go above and beyond. Grays in here and stuff. The paint is really good. I can't, look at that. Nobody else would do that. I mean, a few others would, but Hasbro probably wouldn't. But let's get to my biggest complaint. The face. A little rough looking. I like that they did the face shield, unlike Fansproject. I know what Fansproject was doing when they did theirs, but I like the face shield. It's kind of, especially with the IDW stuff going on. But how wide this thing is here, and it's just to hide the arms. Sheesh. Super wide, and this is super smushed in. It's like you got punched in the face. Let's see if I can, let's see if I can't replicate that. I'll see if I can get Laura to punch me.
Hey, don't you think Drake is a talented musical recording artist?
Oh. So yeah, but it popped back out. I'm fine now. I'm fine. So the head it's a train wreck. It's terrible. And I draw a little bit, and I kind of my philosophy on heads is that if you get the head right, people will forgive most everything else. So it's almost the most important. It looks like the eyes should illuminate, but there's no light piping to make them so. Yeah, that's a real letdown. And then this got the kibble monster on the back. It's just full of kibble. Which is the X-Wing part of it, which is the part of it that's kind of pointless in the alt mode. It's that's frustrating because it kind of fails both modes. So if they would have just gone without, maybe did one wing, like his, true representation, then we wouldn't have this issue. But they went, off the grid, and now it's a problem in both modes, which is kind of obnoxious. Yeah, so I don't like that at all. And then if you want, you can take these out and you can give them these little ninja dagger things. But if you couldn't do this, would that have saved me $5 or $10? Because I would have rather paid less for this figure, having him in hand. On the positive side, he is a beefy unit. He's solid. There's really nothing hollow on him, and he's of a largeable size. So let's take a look at some size comparisons. So here he is next to his Masterpiece counterpart. I'm sorry. That was a Freudian slip. There he is next to his Fansproject counterpart. You can tell the line work and detailing is far superior in the Fansproject one. The color's a little bit closer. Still got a little bit green in it for my taste, but it's a little bit closer. And the Headmaster part looks better. But the size is, much smaller. So, and here he is with Toyworld's Hardhead. So, they do look good together. They do look good together. The only problem is that while they look good together, that doesn't look bad together. So now you're back to square one for trying to make, points or pluses for this fella. And then we got, the Toyworld Chase, or Trace, or whatever, but the G1. And that's, is this guy too big? That's usually an argument you never hear from me, but I don't know, maybe. And so, those are like kind of deluxe-ish, full-body deluxe-ish type units. And then this is a Masterpiece, and he scales fairly well with Masterpiece as well. So let's have some final thoughts. He's fun. He's solid. Plastic's good. There's some interesting stuff with the transformation. There's some interesting accents and paint work and all that kind of stuff. It's not cheap quality-wise. But at the same time, I'm not sure that it's worth $100. This feels like if the Fansproject one is $60, I'm not sure that one should be $100. I could buy $75. $75 seems like a good price for this unit. So, not hateful, just not perfect. Far from perfect. I'd probably pass on this unit. Unless you're really into big bots for the sake of big bots. My Fansproject Smart Robin works well with my Masterpiece stuff, especially when I use the Toyworld Hardhead. Thanks to my buddy T2RX6's suggestion, the scale kind of even works out that way. So, yeah, I'd say pass on this thing, man. It's okay. It'll do. But it's... It leaves you like, you're not mad at it. You don't hate it. Like I really don't hate this thing, and I think he's a lot of fun. I think he looks cool. It's just somehow it leaves me feeling a little empty. It's like it's not Brainwave. It's like some other bot. Yeah, unless you're a huge Brainwave fan or a huge Headmaster fan. Or you're trying to make some sort of Lost Light crew. Even Hasbro's got a Brainwave coming out this year. I'd wait and see. I'd at least wait and see what it looks like before you make a decision. Because this unit is just, it's well done. It's just not well executed. Does that make any sense? I hope so. Anyway, if you have a preference between brainstorms, let me know in a comment or something. Otherwise, I'll be back Wednesday with something else. And thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.